important than good people and better management of them. So let's start with idea. All of us, get into business or something when we feel that we have got this great idea or the big idea. Now, if we talk about the technology-driven startup, it can be about a product, a particular idea you have of a product, which can be, um, something like, once again, I would give example of eBay, which is an auction portal, or again, google.com, which is a search engine or whatever it is. Or you may have a tech startup which, you want to do certain services, right? This regular software services or any other technology-driven services solution which you want to offer to the potential customers in India or abroad. Or the third thing can be some very cool invention which you have done on technology front, right? There's a lot of, ink technology or again search technology or something which you have done, and you think there are certain gaps which are existing in today's technology, and you want to offer some technology on that, and therefore that may again form an idea for a tech startup. But at the end of the day, whatever startup which you're creating, a technology startup or a technology-driven startup, it has to solve some specific business problem or a latent need. Now let me just kind of elaborate on both of these points. When we talk about some specific business problem, the examples are like search. So Google solves your search problem. Or you may have a CRM or a SaaS-based CRM solution which solves your business problem of a customer relationship management. So these are very specific business problems. But sometimes you may have a need, and a lot of times that need may not be very manifested or maybe very latent in nature. For example, if you look at Facebook, I think all of us had that need to kind of socialize, interact, share details about our lives with each other. But, it was not very, need which was formulated as a business problem by a lot of people. But then came Facebook and other social networking sites, and they kind of fulfilled that need as well. What are the critical points which we have to think about the idea? Now, it's very easy. It's very, very easy to fall in love with your idea. And that's one point which all of us have to be very careful about. But these are the critical points which we need to look at. Number one, how is my idea going to be disruptive to the way things are being done? Is it going to fundamentally change the way certain things are done? How easy it is for someone to replicate my idea or model? Is it something which, it's very easy for someone to copy it? Then trust me, I may have a great idea, but it may not remain my idea for very long. It may get, implemented by a lot of other people. Now, talking about disruption is also very, very important. I think, I'll give an example of Apple here. I think all of us have this, very much need to share music, watch films, share our files and so on and so forth. But I think, the way iPod came and kind of, said that here is a device which gives you, a very fantastic experience of listening to the music. And, I have some iTunes also to be downloaded onto this device. Or then came iPad. An iPad today, for example, I'm sure a lot of us or you may be using iPads, and you might have read very recently that the iPads have started disrupting the PC industry. The PC shipments of a lot of big companies like Hewlett-Packard, etc., are falling. So clearly, these are examples of the products or the solutions or technology-driven products or solutions which are creating disruption in the regular business models. Okay, so these are the 3 points, like, is it disruptive? Is it easy for someone to replicate? Is it really going to change the way a lot of things done? Are the very critical points which you should put your idea under scrutiny through. Then, as far as technology people are concerned, I know coming from a technology background, a lot of us have this thing that should we go for a services model or a product model? We'll discuss this point again a little later. But the point is that services are easier to get into, but more difficult to scale. Products are more difficult to build. need more patience, but the scalability becomes easier in the products. A typical example, maybe an Intel processor, to get those products or get those products to was, just kind of